I'm Spencer.
I'm Justin!
And this is The Itch.
Welcome.
And we're here to talk about some of the trailers that have just come out. Specifically, the second Star Wars trailer for Star Wars 7.
And Batman versus... Oh, wait. No. Good trailers.
Hey, alright. So, the first one we'll talk about is the Star Wars one. I loved it.
We're talking about the movie, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. There's one thing that's interesting about LucasArts, now that it's no longer Lucas, is that it feels like it's a completely new realm in that you don't know where the punches are coming. And I think that was a big problem with the prequels that they did. You knew how it ended.
Right.
But in this case, you don't know who the villains are. I believe they leaked some names, but you don't really know to what extent they're working with. Like, it begins with Mark Hamill essentially narrating as Luke, talking about, Force was strong, my dad, me, my sister.
Oh, when they showed Darth Vader's helmet, busted in.
Busted. I don't get that, though, because when he takes the helmet off, he was fine. What do you mean?
Didn't they melt it in the Endor? In fire?
Did they?
I'm pretty sure they did.
Oh, well, okay,
But
that's a double wrong.
But maybe the helmet's
Force
melted.
pulls it out.
Maybe,
shit.
Maybe the helmet is melted right there.
Yeah. Or maybe he just got mad. Dad, lie! And then just started bashing or something. But for whatever reason, he's narrating, talking about, this, that, and third, and then he's like, oh, and now you have that power too. Which is interesting because it raises a lot of questions. One, who the fuck did you sleep with?
I think it's Han Solo's kid.
Really?
Yeah. He's talking to, because Leia obviously has it.
What if they didn't get together? Ooh. It looks like he's still with his homeboy Chewie, so who knows? Yeah, so who knows?
I think that's how it's going.
Either they made Jason Solo, or nothing fucking happened, and whatever. Regardless, I think it's a daughter. The girl that's shown there, I think, is actually Luke's.
You think it's Luke's kid? I don't see that. I definitely see it as Han Solo and Princess Leia's kid.
No, well,
I guarantee it.
Well, regardless of whose it is, I still think it's the girl who's.
Or maybe it's Princess Leia and Chewbacca's kid.
God, fucking hairy little thing.
Yeah, she's got some dark secrets.
Dark taste too. Regardless, it definitely looks more appealing, especially looking at the way the Millennium Falcon looks. I was really surprised when I saw the I forget what they're called, not the TIE fighters, Rogue X-Wings. Thank you. When I saw the X-Wings, you're used to seeing the X-Wings in space. You're used to seeing them in this monochrome kind of world. And then when you see them actually on this vivid planet just flying, it's like, wow, this is
they look nice.
They look phenomenal. They look like they put some effort into this. They're like, hey, and one of those dudes Joyride, and he's like, wow. So we can only assume one of the newbies that's
gonna die.
Yeah. So there's a lot of story elements that are definitely being
Can I
fleshed
still
out.
say that I'm not totally sold on the Sith they got going on there? Assuming it's a Sith. Lightsaber, whatever, but I'm not totally sold on it
Oh, Revan, you mean?
yet.
What?
But I still not completely sold on it, but I will give it time.
And that's the thing. You really can't represent in the case of an antagonist, you have to present him with a shroud of mystery.
Oh, and one more thing. Remember when he said he's saying I had it, my sister had it, my father had it, I had it, my sister has it, and then you have it. When he says I have it, it's a hand. Obviously, it's supposed to be his metal hand. We're assuming. Touching R2-D2, it makes me think that I had it it's all the story of R2-D2's battle with the Force.
Yeah. Another interesting thing that we didn't even touch on is that he gives a lightsaber to his sister. We did not say a single thing about that.
We don't know that.
Yeah, he gives.
We didn't see a face.
No, we didn't. We didn't see anyone's face except for Han Solo and Chewbacca and the new people.
Yeah.
The thing is he hands it to a girl who's in white.
We assume.
We can only assume that Leia,
right,
to some extent. I mean, she's not dressed up like fucking Jabba the Hutt's hoe, but still, it's got to be Leia.
That can be changed.
As old as she is, no.
I would love it if they're all old and she's doing that for Han.
She's like, I got
and Han's Harrison Ford's all fat. And he's
yeah, shit.
I love that.
But yeah, he has the metal hand. That's pretty interesting. What if she goes crazy with that little lightsaber stuff, man? What if she's Yoda and they just put her in CG?
She's flipping around. And then there was the other trailer.
The Battlefront.
Batman versus Superman. I don't. Not Batman. But Batman versus Superman.
Can eat it.
I didn't hate it, but I don't really like Ben Affleck personally. I'm not a huge Ben Affleck fan. I know
he didn't look bad.
Apparently, he's made some strides to being a decent actor. He's done some good stuff. So,
yeah, man.
But I haven't.
Gone Girl was pretty legit.
I didn't catch all those movies. I saw Geely and
Netflix, man.
Geely and Daredevil on the mind.
Yeah,
which I know that's old, but
yeah, he was kind of expelled from Hollywood for a little bit, but he came back. Argo wasn't bad. Gone Girl was pretty good. And I'm sure this is going to be fine. I am not worried.
But weren't the Superman movies like terrible? Zack Snyder's Superman movies? Weren't they just bad? I thought they were. I never watched them because I always heard they were just really bad, but I've never seen them.
Zack Snyder's?
Didn't he direct the two Supermans that they did? Or the one Superman or whatever?
What, you mean Man of Steel?
Yeah.
Was that Christopher Nolan?
No. Christopher Nolan did the Batman series. He didn't do the
Christopher Nolan has a part in the Superman series as well. As far as directing, I think it is Zack Snyder. It wasn't terrible, but it was the fact of I think a lot of people got really mad with the symbolism. The fact that he's flying back to Earth and he's like this and all that stuff.
God.
It's not even like religious groups in general. It's not like, oh, I'm a Christian, I don't believe in that. It's not even that. It's the fact of you gotta beat me over the head with it. Like, I get it, okay? He's the only dude that has all these powers. He has to save the world. Yeah. And I remember when the movie first came out, people were like, "Oh, Man of Steel beat Avengers." I was just like, "No, box office wise, no."
In no way. Really?
Yeah, and more importantly, as far as being an enjoyable movie, Man of Steel was only enjoyable really at the end because he was brooding. Just like any Christopher Nolan movie, over just like, oh, I couldn't save my dad, which doesn't fucking make sense. Did you see that movie? His dad runs into a tornado to save, I believe, their dog or another human being, or whatever the case is. When Superman could have done it, walked right out of it, and no one would have questioned it. But he got lucky.
That would have been hilarious.
It's fucking stupid. So they got rid of a good actor for no reason.
Oh, but either way, so that one wasn't a huge, amazing trailer that the Star Wars one was. It did have Ben Affleck wearing the suit of like a metal Batman.
And his bat voice sounded pretty badass.
His bat voice sounded better, arguably, than...
Yeah. Swear to me! Yeah, it sounded way better than that.
You could make that point, but it
sounded slightly robotic.
Yeah, like he had that robot.
Well, see, that's the thing. I'm hoping it's not just in that suit. Like, he actually has a voice modifier, which would make 1,000 times more sense. Because that way, he can go being fucking Bruce Wayne, and he doesn't have to rely on his fucking vocal cords holding up to sound like Batman.
Yeah.
You know, it makes more sense that way. But regardless, it did look pretty cool. Symbolism-wise, he's staring up at Batman, or Superman. Superman dropped, and he's like, if you bleed, you will. Or do you bleed? You will. Or whatever. Anyone who's seen him fight Zod will know, yeah, he fucking bled. Get over it. His neck breaks too, just like anyone else.
Well, tell us what you think in the comments below. Obviously, the Star Wars one was better. I'm sure you'll all agree. My name's Spencer.
And I'm JD.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check us out on This Is The Itch on Twitch.
We do new videos every week. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Awesome.